Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. Well, in the pre market this morning, not a lot's going on. There's no major economic numbers coming out this morning. Stock index futures are currently mixed. Commodities are also mixed. We've got gold slightly higher, while crude oil is slightly lower on Tuesday morning. Let's start off looking at the VIX, and U.S. markets were open yesterday. Canadian markets were closed. The VIX for the S&P 500, for the NASDAQ, and the Russell 2000, they all traded up yesterday to the lower channel line. So we're still on sell signals here. That's still supportive for higher stock prices. We've got an early warning signal down here at the bottom, this chevron, indicating we could have put in a possible bottom here. If that doesn't get confirmed, and we're not seeing any blue dots here, whether you're looking at the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, or the Russell 2000, there's no blue dots here, and you can see that for the Russell 2000, this indicator thinks that we put in a bottom last week. If this trend doesn't change, if the VIX were to continue to move lower from here, these chevrons would disappear over the next couple of days. Now, looking at the market benchmarks, if we start off with the TSX, we're making new higher highs here right now. The average true range on the TSX right now is 215 points. So if the market was up or down 200 points today, that would be a normal day at the office. If we're up or down more than 215 points, that's where people are going to sit up and take notice and wondering why we're overly bullish or overly bearish today. They're going to want to investigate that and possibly take action. Now, looking at the Dow, the average true range is 553.6 points. And so again, if we're up or down 400, 500 points today, that's going to be a normal day at the office. If we're up or down more than 553 points, that's where people get excited. Now, looking at the S&P 500, the current average true range is 80.68. Again, when you're looking at these pre-market numbers, if we're up or down less than 80.68, that's a normal day at the office. Nobody's going to get too concerned. But if we were up or down, let's say 100 points, that's where people are going to sit up and take notice and possibly want to do something given the extra volatility in the market. And last up, looking at the NASDAQ 100, you can see the cash index is right up at our next price target right now and has been stuck there for the last few days. The average true range on the NASDAQ 100 cash index right now is 359.71. So, if we're up or down 300 points, that's a normal day at the office. If we're up or down, say, 400 points, well, that's where people are going to get excited. They're going to get up off their chair and wonder what the hell's going on. Whether that is a bullish, whether we're trading higher or lower, they're going to want to review what's going on and possibly take action. So those are the current numbers, and those are the numbers that tell us if it's a normal day at the office or if something new is possibly happening. Now, looking at the U.S. most actives from yesterday's trading action, no real major changes here. We've got NVIDIA just treading water up here, up at the $135 level. United Healthcare is coming off a low from last Thursday. We saw fall through to the upside on Friday and on Monday. And so this chevron showed up, indicating a possible bottom here. If we don't continue higher from here, then that chevron could disappear over the next couple of days. We've moved from 250. We traded slightly below that up to the 312.50 level, where we closed slightly above that. And so you can see there's a nice open gap up to the 375 level, and that could be an area of resistance. It also could be our next price target, depending on how bullish investors want to get on United Healthcare. Looking at Tesla's been trending water up here at the 343.75 level. If we can take out Friday's high, then 375 would be our next target to the upside. Nothing going on for Lucid, stuck at the 273 level here. Then nothing going on for Supermicro. We're stuck here at 43.75. Now, looks like last Friday, we did break away from the 43.75 level, but looks like we want to come back to it right now. If we can take out Friday's high, then $50 does come into play. If we start breaking down below 43.75, that would be a bearish sign from the market, and we'd be looking to fill that gap above 37.50. Of course, Foot Locker is being taken out, so nothing going on there. Ford still on a buy signal here. No change. No change for Palantir. We're trying to break away from 125. We did that for a couple of days last week, but couldn't get to 137.50. Of course, breaking down below 125 would be a bearish sign going forward. Looking at Amazon, we're looking for a close below $198.21. We closed just above 200, the 206.16 level yesterday. And so we'll close below 198.21 would give us a sell signal on Tuesday. Looking at Amazon, we're trying to break out above 212.50. So far, that's holding us in check. And of course, a breakdown below $200 would be a bearish sign for Amazon. Looking at SoFi, we're looking for a close below $13.25 on Tuesday to give us a sell signal. For Intel, we're looking for a close below $21.03 on Tuesday. And then looking at Cisco, Cisco ran up and hit our next price target last week. We do have an early warning chevron down at the bottom. We don't have any red dots yet. They're still all blue. So we've only got one bearish indication right now. Now we ran up to 65.63, tagged that last week. If we start breaking down below 62.50, that's going to be a bearish sign for Cisco. And then, of course, we're looking for an early warning signal up at the top of the panic zone chart to give us an early warning of a possible trend change for Cisco. That has not happened yet. Okay, folks, that's all for this morning's presentation. It looks like we're going to have a fairly quiet open on Tuesday morning. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Wednesday morning. And at that time, we'll take a look at the Canadian and the U.S. markets.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.